If only comedy was in the Olympics.
So let me just
think of a happy place, right?
Welcome to WatchMojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 funniest A League of Their Own moments. Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at the most hilarious scenes from this sports-themed panel show. Number 10, Jamie Redknapp vs Richard Ayoade. Always a wild card when he appears on TV, Richard Ayoade takes no prisoners.
And one team, and this is absolutely true, has brought 8 hens to cut the cost of buying eggs. So, red team, what do you think?
In this episode, the red team are tasked with a question about football teams that have carried out bizarre cost-cutting measures, including purchasing hens to reduce the cost of eggs.
At Tottenham, they were back when my dad first went there as a manager. The kit men weren't allowed to have milk. They had to pay for their own milk with a cup of tea.
Sorry, the question was, do you get through a lot of eggs?
Jamie tries to give some insight into the egg consumption of footballers, but it only gets weirder from there as Ayoade tries to understand how many eggs he eats, grilling him despite the fact that they're on the same team.
You eat 2 omelettes a day? What's wrong with you? You ever
Redknapp can't give a good answer about how many eggs he gets through and why, and eventually ends up saying that he doesn't even like them. Number 9, James Corden free running. The best challenges are the ones that go wrong. When James Corden was brought up onto an elaborate set to learn some basic free-running techniques, he was understandably concerned.
All right, how far away are they? Okay, and then
Free your mind, free your mind.
And that leg. Free your mind?
That's it, free.
Yeah, all right, Chase.
The movement involved doing the splits between 2 walls to stay suspended above a water tank. It takes him a while to build up for it, but when he does, it's well worth it. And not because he succeeds. James Corden gives it his all, but fails instantly, plunging into the water below. The best part is that this didn't come at the end of the show, and he still had some presenting to do while soaking wet. Number 8, Any Dream Will Do.
Please welcome the star of Joseph and His Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Mr. Jason Donovan!
When Jason Donovan makes a guest appearance singing Any Dream Will Do from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, Freddie just can't wait to get involved. Handed a microphone almost immediately by James, he joins Donovan in a duet.
Far, far away, someone was weeping.
The audience and other panelists love it and start joining in with the harmonies. No stranger to Flintoff breaking out into song. Despite being a cricketer by trade, he's always looking for an excuse to sing. Maybe he'll leave telly for good and become a musician one of these days.
Well done, mate.
Number 7, Razor Ruddock gets sexy.
Please welcome back to the show, the man who put the spice in the Spice Boys. It's Neil Razor.
Dragged out of retirement to make a particularly salacious TV appearance, Neil Razor Ruddock gives the performance of a lifetime when he arrives on set dressed like a sexy police officer. Carragher and Redknapp clearly aren't prepared for this. Then again, who would be? And the reactions are priceless. Everyone gets more than they bargained for as he dances and strips off, removing more clothes than you thought were possible for primetime television. It's safe to say that the 2 Jamies see everything, and then some, and he even flashes the audience as he makes his big exit. Number 6, Redknapp's blast from the past. Old photos and videos of people always manage to be embarrassing, and unfortunately for Jamie Redknapp, he's been in the public eye and in front of the camera for a very long time.
Great setup. It's like it's the biggest club in England. It was exciting watching the game, and the people up there just football mad.
Thanks to this, James Corden was able to dig up an old clip of him, aged 16, telling the local news about why he left Bournemouth to go to Liverpool all the way back in 1991.
A 16-year-old Jamie Redknapp. I mean, it's so beautiful. Jamie, that was 50 years ago. Do you remember that?
Fresh-faced Redknapp talks about his excitement at playing for Liverpool, and despite the short length of the clip, there's more than enough for panellists to make fun of.
And also, I've got to say this, product placement.
I know, unbelievable!
Jack Whitehall, in particular, has a field day.
That was like a don't use Botox commercial. I mean, so untouched and sweet. And now we've got this Frankenstein's monster in front of us.
Number 5, the diving challenge.
1, 2.
You're meant to go with me.
In this episode, series regulars undertook an elaborate synchronized diving challenge alongside specially chosen old teammates of theirs. Redknapp picks John Barnes for his partner, and Flintoff gets Kevin Peterson.
1, 2, 3.
Against all odds, they actually do alright, given that they're complete amateurs, or at least a little better than expected. The Blues could have a bright future in diving, despite arguing the most during training, but Redknapp blows it for the Reds more than once.
Here they go. Oh dear! Well, Jamie is completely over-rotated. They leave the board pretty simultaneously. John gets the knee tuck in. Look at Jamie, it's more of a cartwheel into the water.
The final dive is a disaster as he flails and bombs into the water instead of diving, giving them a hilariously low score of 0.6. Flintoff and KP take the proverbial trophy, obviously.
And then just runs into the water. Let's have another look. Barnes, very, very good, but sadly, it's all about teamwork, and on this occasion, Redknapp didn't come to the party.
Number 4, dizzy penalties. Scoring penalties can already be tricky, especially when it's two professional comedians who have to do so after being spun around on the merry-go-round from hell.
That is not a good angle for me, that. That is a bad angle for me.
Romesh and James go up against each other to see who can score a penalty the fastest, and after some complaints about unflattering camera angles, they finally get going. James actually beats Romesh quite easily, getting to the ball as quickly as possible, while Romesh stumbles. They both manage to score, but even funnier is the pile-up on top of Romesh from all the others at the end. Number 3, Andy Murray's trick shot. Murray's longtime tennis rival Roger Federer starred in a viral clip of him hitting a bottle off someone's head with a tennis ball, and it's decided that Murray should try to recreate this trick shot.
Hang on, Andy, if you hit him in the bollocks, I'll give you 100 quid.
Corden takes the role of the unassuming target and quickly starts to regret the idea. They're not sure if the original clip is real, and if it is, how many tries Federer had before pulling it off.
I think I'm more nervous than you. Here we go.
I bet you're f***ing not.
But tennis isn't known for its precision, so Murray struggles at first.
Oh my God! Oh shit!
He does manage to do it after Corden steps closer, though we were all secretly hoping one of the balls might hit him. Number 2, human bowling. Well, better to be the ball than the pins, we guess.
Go!
Russell Howard and Jack Whitehall find themselves covered in lubricant and dressed up like bowling balls, complete with ridiculous helmets, ready to be launched by their teammates down a makeshift bowling alley. Though there are only 6 pins instead of 10, since they're absolutely huge, this can be forgiven. Whitehall ultimately slides to victory by scoring a strike, and Flintoff follows him down the course in celebration. It's not the only time the show has replaced equipment with human beings either. In a later episode, Corden became a replacement arrow in human archery, and ended up flying around the studio attached to a bungee cord.
Go!
Number 1, the golf challenge. Redknapp can't take a joke when it comes to this difficult golf challenge. He's tasked with getting a hole-in-one, but between him and the hole is 107 yards of river.
You're pathetic. You're pathetic.
He's also got Flintoff and Whitehall there trying to distract him as much as possible so that they win the challenge. They employ a range of tactics, the simplest of which is hosting a barbecue and squirting him with water guns. And the more elaborate is enlisting a whole troop of cheerleaders and flying in Chris Akabushi by helicopter to yell at him. In the end, he can't even do it. But hey, it's all about the participation.
Do you mind, lads? I'm still trying this hole-in-one challenge. I mean, disrespectful.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.